Now that we've got an understanding of how to add staff, how to configure them, how to configure all the different aspects of the system, let's talk about giving permission to all those areas and restricting permission to all those areas. To do that, we're going to go under Owners and then Staff. If you're a manager and you have access to this, it would be Managers and then Staff. We'll go ahead and open up the person that we want to modify and then start looking at the areas here that have limitations for that user. The global one here, active, changes whether or not the person has access to your location. If you turn this off, they will no longer have access to your install of the system. Now, if they have access to other installs, like we can see that he has access to 2, and this is the one he's on. Location, role, and staff type is where we can set their role and their staff type. Depending on the role, like employee, we will limit their access to the tools that are accessible to each role. So employee limits them to just what is available to them through permissions. When we switch to manager, they now have access to the manager tools in addition to these permissions down below. So those manager tools include the manager dashboard, the manager menu, as well as whenever we look at team calendar instead of my calendar, which is what employees see. If we switch to owner, owners have access to everything in the system regardless of what their permission level is set to. When it comes to staff type, full-time and W-2 flex, they have the ability for you to limit the capability of editing their weekly hours, or whether or not they're a sales representative, and if their time off or availability changes require approval. If we move them into contractor, those options are removed and we can only designate whether or not they're sales representative. This is to help you avoid breaking the law when it comes to what defines someone as a contractor. Availability, performance reviews, pay rate, bio, and photo have no permissions settings within those. The next section is permissions. Now I'm going to switch this person to a manager, and you'll note that as a manager, this is now an option. Staff member edit. If I give them create, edit, and delete, it now gives me this option of this list of options for this person. If I expand this, I can define which sections of this page they can see for other staff members. They cannot edit themselves. So I could give them access, let's say, to performance reviews and availability. And let's say I want to let them change the permissions and also invite staff members. I could take any of these away or add any on. Now this person will see under the manager's menu the same staff menu link that we see here, and they'll be able to see these sections of this page to help us manage and update and add to the staff. The additional permissions here are available regardless of their user type. So some of these are self-explanatory. For example, project estimates, project invoices, I can either not see them, or be able to edit and delete them and create new ones. Same thing for invoices. This allows me to see contacts, see the CRM, and modify CRM documents. Team contacts are the list of team members that are on a project. This allows me to either add or remove people from the team, view the team, or not view the team at all. Project documents allows me to add or delete documents just to a project. When it comes to my time and time card, if I have create, edit, and delete here, that means that I can add time records after the fact. So when we're looking at a person's time logs, if I have the edit and create and delete availability, I can click to add an entry and add time after the fact. If I don't have that role, I can only clock in with view access. Let's go back. If I don't have permission to view my time and time card at all, the clock in screen here goes away completely for that user. When it comes to team time, I can give an employee access to the team time available under time and schedules. Team time is like the person's time logs page, but it allows you to see across the entire team. So I can give them the ability to edit other people's records, view other people's records, or don't give them access to that page at all. Sorry, on this one. The project schedule and team calendar. This allows me to create, edit, and delete items on that team calendar if I'm a manager, or just view it, or none. If I'm an employee, I can see the project schedule, but instead of team calendar, it's my calendar, where my view is limited to just the project shifts that I'm invited to. Project and CRM notes. These are the notes that are left in the CRM as well as on projects. So I can limit them to just be able to see the notes, but not edit or make new ones, or give them the ability to edit and create new ones, or no access at all. Tax reporting is a future feature, so this doesn't really affect anything. The team time on and off request approval means that this person would have access to the availability changes page here. Payroll processing. This is a future feature that is coming for Gusto. View self, view everyone, or create and edit delete gives you access to everything, and you could create and run payroll with that. All right, so there you go. That is the permissions in a nutshell. Just remember the big one in here that may not be clear is the difference between employee and manager role. And that manager role gives you the access to the manager dashboard, the manager's menu, and then on projects, it gives you access to do the lightning bolt actions. And when you are looking at notes that are left by other people, you will have the availability as a manager to edit anyone's notes, whereas an employee can only edit their own. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If not, leave us some comments down below and we'll try to respond to your questions.